Hello there and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 7. Today I'm doing another car build, this time take a look at the Land Rover Series 3. Now, we did a car somewhat similar to this a couple of months ago. We did the Jeep CJ5 Renegade, and that car turned out rather mental. This one probably will turn out equally as mental. Not quite sure what PI we're going to build this for. I'm going to build this car around the engine because there's a certain engine swap in this that I do want to use, but I do like these older Land Rovers. I would never own one. It's just not my thing, really. You know, I'm not a huge fan of off-roady cars, and I'm not a huge fan of sort of basic utilitarian transport, but yeah, you know, I mean, it's a British institution, that's for certain, and I'm happy it's in the game because I can do silly things to it. So anyways, let's actually find out what we can do. So it starts at E100. It is the third lowest PI car in the game, I believe, other than the Subaru 360 and Citroen 2CV. Before those, I think this was the lowest PI because the Abarth 595's got more PI than this, the Beetle has. Anyways, we'll ignore that number for now because that number is going to change. So we can put the V6 in this. That's what the Jeep got. Pretty interesting engine to put in this. There is a LS, not LS motor. And then there's the Hemi engine. I'm going to make a Hemi Land Rover, and we're going to see how badly this turns out. And it's not just going to be a Hemi Land Rover, it's going to be a supercharged Hemi Land Rover. Now that has added about 500 pounds in weight, but I'm not really concerned with weight and stuff. Race tyres, yes. To be honest with you, this will probably end up being A-class. 235s on the front, and 2/4. Okay, it's interesting that a four-wheel drive car has different tyre whips depending on which bit you put it onto. That's very interesting. Right, handling parts. I want all of the yes when it comes to... Did the car just... Ha! So instead of the suspension being lowered, it actually just sinks. Interesting. Anyways, let's just carry on putting bits onto this. Not quite sure how much power we're going to make. I'll come back to power and stuff in a bit. Roll cage is yes, we are going to need it because this chassis is probably about 70 years old. Weight reduction. That puts us into A-class. Don't know if I want to go quite that far up yet, so I'll leave that for now. I am definitely going to want this stuff. Give me a gearbox, because the gearbox that's in this is probably trashy, I'd imagine. Yes, I will. That driveline though, that reduced it a lot of weight, which is lovely. Here we go. And right, let's put some silly visual stuff on this. So, what do we got? We have some lights. Sure, I will have some lights. Probably not going to go for aero on this, because there's a lot of weird and wonderful things you can do, like adding that, or you can add an entire farmer's cage to the roof. Come back to that, not quite sure which one of those I like more. I do want the ladder on the back though, yes, that is certain. That also apparently improves PI for sure. We will go for the mud flaps, because why not? They're not drag reducing mud flaps, but that's fine. And I will have the tyre on the front. Unfortunately, you can't get front mud flaps for this, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Right, let's figure out what we want to do. Do I want to go for the full cage? Yeah, I want to go for the full cage. As much as I like that little basket on the roof, it's actually... the basket is significantly lighter. At least they put attention in, to detail in sort of that stuff. Yeah, okay. Right, well, that's that. Question is, do I want power or weight reduction? Where will weight reduction take us now? We'll do one stage. You know, may as well put that in. But now, let's see, power-wise. I'm probably... Okay, actually, the PI might have enough room to... Right, we can't do supercharger. Can't do cams. Exhaust is probably going to bung off a lot of weight, so we'll do that. And also nope, maybe not air filter. This is going to be one of those really awkward cars to build, apparently, where just nothing quite does the job. A602 intercooler. We can do one stage of intercooler and add all of the weight the exhaust takes off. Okay, yeah, B600. I'll take that, sure. So there we go. that's our Land Rover. B600. I kind of maybe wanted to go A-Class on this. Do I want to go A-Class? The problem is, can I reach A-Class? That's really the question. No. Give me the supercharger. So if I stick that in... And... Ooh, we might be able to do A-Class. I kind of do want to do an A-Class build. I just want to go all out with this thing. That being said, though, I don't think... yeah, actually, we won't be able to, because the Hemi engine doesn't make all that much power. That's the issue with it. You can get about 700 horsepower, I believe it is, out of the vehicle with the supercharger. Yeah, probably won't reach A-Class. Right. Let's fix some stuff in here. Gear ratios, yes. Wow, that ride height is... Actually, there's not a lot of adjustment in there. It's very tall, but there's not a lot of adjustment. Sure. Yeah, I have a silly idea for this car. This is a bit of a silly build, admittedly, but it's fine. Anyways, let me find a racetrack for this thing. I have something in mind, and then we'll start trucking. Okay, this one was a little bit of a ball like soda, but what we have is the Catalonia School Circuit with a bunch of cars that predate 1995 is what I think I'd go with in the end. And also, because we're not right at the end of the field, we're just going to pull off and let everyone get past us, and then we will go. The charge of the Land Rover Brigade. Also, we'll probably avoid some first corner issues. Oh god, although we're going to have first corner issues of our own in this thing. Christ. So it sounds lovely. Of course it does, because the Hemi V8 with the supercharger makes a lot of supercharger noise, and if you know anything about me, you'll know that I love supercharger noise. Right, we've got to get through the sea of Porsches, the sea of Ferraris, and also there's some Cobras and stuff. I was kind of hoping to get some more cars sort of flip-flopping themselves around the track, but unfortunately, when you select a division in this game, all it'll do is homologation, get rid of homologation. So yeah, anyways, we've got the mustached Ferraris to get through as well. We do not have very much cornering. Yeah, cornering is a bit of a no, to be honest with you. I can feel the chassis is not particularly happy when we go around a corner. I also just accidentally smashed into a priceless Alfa Romeo with my, well, sub £2,000 Countach has gone off. Okay, that's good. I always like seeing a Countach in the sand. Also not surprised by it. And now I'm going to smash into a equally as unvaluable Shelby Daytona. Alright, the Cobras are just sort of lurching themselves around the corner. I think this really is the Cobra of four-wheel drives, to be honest with you, because this is also very uncontrollable, not particularly safe, and also quite stupid. Yeah, the actual cornering grip is a lot to be desired. I mean, I knew this was going to be silly, and I knew this wasn't going to have any of the Forza Aero. I don't know how much Forza Aero honestly would improve this, because it's quite a silly concept, you know, before that. Because basically you're putting, I think I've got about 500 horsepower in this. I think it's just under 500 horsepower. You're putting 500 horsepower through what is essentially a 1940s chassis. I mean, I know it's the 1917. I don't know my Land Rovers very well, but yeah, it is an old chassis to put a lot of power through. Admittedly, it's all very period correct because Hemi engine, but yeah. Also, if you're wondering why I went with 95, if I didn't go 95, then pretty much all that would spawn is Cobras, the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradalis, and Daytonas, I think it was. Which, you know, that's fine. I like all those cars, but I figured you'll want to see a little bit more variety as to what's going on. I do like the ability to just sort of slam the throttle, and this just becomes quick. That is quite a nice feature of this car. There's almost roll it on a curb. Acceleration actually isn't quite as quick as you... Ooh, God. Okay, that's odd. I don't want a two-wheeled moment. Acceleration not quite as good as you'd hope it be, which is a little bit of a shame. Yeah, just not quite as good. We are locked in 13th place right now. We need to try and make our way up the field. Problem is, with Catalonia School, it's really hard to make your way up the field. We are going to get a Ferrari. We're going to get the worst F40, which is good. Good rally car, that. Alright. Oh, should have been, but Group B got murdered. Right, Shelby Daytona. Daytona. We'll get past the Daytona. There's a C4 Corvette up there. I wonder if that car's still really good handling. Because in previous Forza games, C4 Corvettes have been amazing to drive. Sorry, Ferrari. Can you get off? I had to use the ram bar at some point. Yeah, the C4 Corvette was always a pretty good handling car. I drove the C5 recently. That was a nice car to drive. But yeah, not quite sure as to whether the C4 still maintains its prowess or not. I should probably check that. Because I like... The C4 is my favourite Corvette. Which sounds weird to most people. And I completely agree with you. It is very weird. But that's just the way it is. Try and pull ourselves around here. There we go. All the supercharger wine. As we try to put into here. It will go on two wheels occasionally, I know that. Surprisingly, it isn't freewheel bucking, which is nice. It's not... I'm trying to remember the Jeep. I don't think this is as bad as the Jeep was. Oh, actually no, this is worse than the Jeep is, sorry. In terms of handling, because the Jeep had a lot less power. I'm assuming this is quicker than the Jeep in terms of out-and-out top speed, but in terms of the actual handling characteristics, this car is not quite as good, so... Anyways, I desperately need to get around this Corvette if I'm going to make my way up the field anymore. Yes, we will do our Land Rover tactics. We'll go for the touring car overtake on that one, I think. Is that another C4? Because it's in the same colour as most C4. Yeah, that is a C4. It's in the same colour that most of the C5s are in, so... There we go. That's how you overtake a Lamborghini and a Land Rover. I'm sure that's been said at some point, but I don't really know what application that was used in, and I don't really want to know either. Alright. Well, we're up into 7th on the 8th lap. 3 laps to go after this one. I see one of the new Nissans, or I say new Nissans, it's not a new car anymore, but I think that was the February DLC, the R380, I think it's called, or R370, I can't remember, it's one of the two. It's, I think I've driven it before, and it was a kind of cool car. It sounds weird, I know that much. I also completely just blindsided the Ferrari, for that I am sorry. We've had a pretty good lap this lap round though. We've made our way up as a field. I think this might actually be one of our quickest lap times. Oh god, I'm gonna almost crush the poor little Nissan. The thing's so tiny. And this, for interior view in this game, this seems quite zoomed in, so it's really rather hard. I don't know if I was just dragging the front of the Nissan there. Oops. Oh well. He was starting to get on my tits a bit because he kept forcing himself into the side of me. I think that's what he's doing anyway. That's what I'm going to say he's doing. I'm going to get some more two-wheeled moments up there. I kind of want to get the Maserati bathtub on the way around here. Oh god. There we go, on the brakes. Where's the bathtub? Bathtub is there. Do not kill the bathtub. Do not kill the bathtub. Don't kill the bathtub. Ooh, we'll get on the brakes here. Look at that, four-wheel drifter. On the brakes again. And come on, one more lap to go. I kind of might be able to get around this Nissan by the time. I don't have the cornering. Well, actually, do I have the cornering grip? Apparently, I can just be a persistent little bastard and it'll eventually give me the position. This is going to be the worst car to ever win a race in one of these builds, by the way. I think, again, like with the Volvo, I made the laps too long. Do let me know if you prefer the longer car builds or the shorter ones. I would be curious. Oh, no. I kind of aim for 15 minutes. Well, I say 15 minutes. I aim for 15-20 minutes of these because, yeah, they're pretty simple. You know, build a car, drive it around, give thoughts and opinions on car. I say this is, yeah, it's not going to win anymore. I sort of dumped it in the grass backs, and this, by all, I don't care about the bathtub anymore. But look at the bathtub. Yes, look at that, fantastic. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, this is a terrible car. That is, I mean, even just looking at it, just leads you to believe it's pretty awful. Also, I think he got rear end smacked by the Ferrari there, which is good. Yeah, that was a terrible car, but kind of fun. A lot of fun, actually. I can't lie. It's a lot of fun. I will hit restart because I do need a thumbnail image. That's very important. Anyways, there's the guy who won apparently in his very, very weird racing suit. We will get some money. I probably won't level up because, yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That was the Land Rover Series 3. I had to do something ridiculous with the Series 3 because it's a pretty ridiculous car all in all. I think this one came in Horizon 3, just thinking about it, but yeah. That is it for this car build. Do hope you've enjoyed. As always, if there's cars that you'd like to see me build, yes. If there's cars you would like to see me build in the future, do let me know in the comment section down below. Next week, the DLC comes out, so we'll probably see, well, we're obviously going to see a video on the DLC, because, duh, it's me. But after that, if there's anything interesting worth building from that pack, we will build it. In case you're wondering, the March pack didn't really have anything worth building, at least for me personally. If you've got any ideas relating to the March pack, do let me know, but yeah. As far as that goes, nothing hugely interesting, although I've just thought of something that might be fun. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.
Dedication, devotion, turning on the nighttime into the day. Do the song about a sweet love and more. Do the song about the night. Really do the walk on line. Really do the walk on line.